there. So again, we're talking about how we're going to get our children connected with nature and how they can learn from that. And I'm Jo, and at Tiny Sponges, we're going to give you lots of activities that where your children are learning new things, where they're learning different things, and where they're learning lots of things, because actually that's really important for their development, and you can help them with that. And I'm going to show you this. Today is number 7 in the series, and it says draw it. But actually, do you know what? I wrote this and I've realised that it's not draw it, it's create it. We need to use nature as a creative tool, and we can do that with our children really, really easily. So you can draw it. You can take notebooks, pencils, crayons, chalks outside with your children, and drawing is an option. And if they're drawing something, it's really important to ask them questions just to begin with, then, leave them to it. But if in the beginning you kind of say, well, what do you notice about this? And what colour is it? What shape is it? How many legs has it got? Or can you see any patterns on it? And the more questions that you ask, the more details you're going to get from whatever drawing or painting that they do. But it's not all about like paper and pencil or crayon. There are so many other ways that we can bring nature into being creative. For instance, we've had a really nice summer and then a load of rain. It's a nice day again today, but during the rainy days, well, you can still engage with nature. You just bring it in. So get your kids out in their Macs and go and collect a few things. Bring stuff in from the garden. Have a look at a collection of pine cones or whatever that you have, and then do a still life or something. That's a really good way of still engaging with nature, even when it's tipping it down outside. And also remember that we can engage with different kinds of mediums. So what I mean by that is you don't just have to use paint with your children. Use the mud. How exciting would it be to get a great big bit of paper, or it doesn't even have to be paper, a bit of cardboard, and get your children making marks from the mud onto the cardboard or the paper. And look at all these things that I've got here to help their motor skills. You kind of need like fine motor skills as you're learning. So like a little sponge thing or a pastry brush I've got here. Those would be for the smaller motor skills. Then you could go on to big stuff. So they're using gross motor skills. They're using their whole body. And actually that's really important, because unless your child has gross motor skills, it can move its arms, his arms really, really well, he's never going to get those fine motor skills, and that's what's really important. So like I've got just a selection of brushes. I've got a stick. Who doesn't love a stick? We talked about making a broomstick, painting with leaves. You could collect cones and get them using their fine motor skills to actually paint on the cones, and use stuff from nature. Use stones, whatever you can find. Somebody posted on my Facebook page something that they do with their children. Really, it's free, and you can do it if you live near a beach, even if you don't. Collect some stones, take your kids to the beach, and they draw on the stones with marker pens. It could be their names, it could be faces, and then what they do is they just throw the stones back into the sea. How amazing is that? I've never thought of that before, and I'm really going to do that when my granddaughter's here in the next few weeks. There are so many different things that you can do, and why do we do them? Well, we do them so that our children are engaging in nature. You can paint with water. Give your child a pastry brush and a little bit of water and get them to paint the wall or the floor, or the possibilities really are endless. And I'm giving you some ideas here, but just take it as far as you can. We're doing this for 3 main reasons. We're doing it so that we engage with our children. You engage with the children that you're looking after, that you care for, in nature. That's hugely important. We're doing it because we're helping their They're huge, they're gross motor skills, and they're fine motor skills as well. And that's incredibly important. And we're doing it because actually we're just getting our children to be creative, and creative is great. Creative means, you know, great well-being, and especially if you do something like, after you've done all this, maybe have an exhibition of what you've done with them. I love, with my kids, like pressing flowers and then making decorations with the pressed flowers. So, you know, I'll put a few photos and stuff of possibilities that you could do with your children that are just really, really simple. So take that away, and if you like it, share it. And if you have any comments at all, then post them below, because I really love to hear your comments, and to know what you're doing with your tinies. It's really important to me. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.